Welcome back, everybody. This is Whissel Wednesdays right here on 1170 The Answer. My name is Clay Murray, filling in for your host, Kyle Whissel, and joined by Stephen Wener and Brad Holland this evening. We talked ad nauseum last segment, professional sports. Talked a little Chargers, talked a little playoff baseball, obviously exciting headlines out there, but we want to reel it in. We want to talk about something a little more exciting and near and dear to our hearts here in town, and that is the Boys and Girls Club of Carlsbad. Both of these gentlemen here with me today are involved on the board, making changes, making an impact in the lives of our youth here in San Diego, and specifically in Carlsbad. Brad, the CEO, I definitely want to talk to you a little bit about what it is you're doing, what the goals are. But Steve just joined the board days ago.
Yes.
As a resident of Carlsbad, obviously you really want to give back to the community in that area, but why? What is it about this organization that drew you in?
Sure. I was looking to give back to something, and I never really quite found what that was. We had run in some Tough Mudders in our office, and I thought that the Wounded Warrior Foundation was an amazing place to start. And I work with a lot of veterans. And I just started looking to my children, and I have a 5-year-old boy named Ashton. My middle child is a girl. Her name's Sienna, and my newest, 3 months old, her name is Winter. And as I started to see where all the influence in the world actually took place, it happens with our kids. And so I was in the Brescia Ranch Mall area where the Trader Joe's is and everything like that. And I saw the Boys and Girls Club, and I just wanted to set something up with my assistant to go in there and see what it was, see what it did, how it gave back, and set up a time with Brad, and we met, and he went over everything. And I still didn't quite grasp what it did for the community or what it does as a whole across the country. And I was invited to sit in on a board meeting, and they do something in his Brescia Ranch area specifically, which are called impact statements. And I don't know if any other Boys and Girls Club does that across the country, but what they do is they have either a child who's been impacted or a parent talking about the organization and how it's impacted their family. And it just blew me away, because these people that don't have much as far as opportunity, money, time, resources, what the organization has done to actually change their lives. So it doesn't just impact the children, it actually makes the families much more intertwined within the community, see what it's doing for their children, opens up a portion of their heart. And when I saw that, I was just taken back, and there was something that really resonated with me a year ago, just about when I heard somebody called Gary Vaynerchuk talk. And we all talk about Gary V, and just an unbelievable marketer. And he's somebody in the advertising world that he started an advertising agency from nowhere, young man, one of the top advertising agencies in the world. And he has a turnover rate of somewhere under 10%. And in his field, it's normally 50. And he explained why. And he said, I give 51 of me, and I keep 49 for myself. And that resonated with me, and I started to just expand on, what does that really mean? What does that really mean? What does that really mean? And then as I paid more attention to my children and watching and shaping and molding them and thinking, there's myself, there's my wife, we have a foundation and a structure, we have resources. But then when I walked into this organization and saw what so many others just unfortunately don't have, and what they're able to give and how it's changed families, it was an instant change for me. And I thought I have to be a part of it.
So what is it that you think you can specifically bring to the organization to give back to these kids and these families?
Sure. Number one is passion. And with passion, you can do anything. So one of the goals and challenges, of course, for any organization, because so many people need and want money. This isn't the only organization, and we'll touch on that. But I really want to help fundraise through my own resources and my own passion for it. Number two is the experiences that I've had in life, how we role play every morning in our office, and we sharpen our tools and we get better. We have a culture, I spoke about that at our office meeting yesterday, that most people aren't really exposed to, what that feels like to be part of something greater where everybody's sharing and giving back. So I want to take some of the experience I have in a business world, in a life world, and share it with these kids that you don't get it in a classroom. So how can you be exposed to these life skills at an early age so that you can be aware? And it's just about being aware.
Yep.
You make this choice or that choice, and maybe you'll make the better choice if you knew. And a lot of these opportunities, I don't believe, are able to come across these children's plate at this stage of the game, because where do you get that? So I believe I want to provide that just as much as I want to provide my own personal resources.
Absolutely.
To the club.
Yeah, and as a child, it's your time to really shape who you're going to be in the future. And if you don't have those pieces around you helping you mold yourself,
sure,
kids are going to tend toward the easy way out or maybe the wrong decisions. So having the people in their lives that are going to make a difference is largely, hugely important. And we're talking to Stephen Wener and Brad Holland right now on Whissel Wednesdays right here on 1170 The Answer. Brad, what did you think of Steve when you first met him?
He's an interesting guy.
He's Canadian.
Let's start out with that.
That's why.
Is that why? No, I mean, Steve kind of came in from the cold and just said, "Hey, I want to talk to you. I want to learn more about this organization. I'm looking to ways I can give back to my community." And I gave him a tour of one of our clubhouses at Wener Ranch, and we talked about what we did, and he's a very methodical guy. I mean, and a very serious guy on wanting to give back. And so he attended a couple of board meetings. He and I went out to lunch and spent some time, and he did a very thorough job of kind of targeting, maybe this is the organization and I need to figure out, how I can impact it, what I can do, understand what the Boys and Girls Clubs of Carlsbad actually does, how do I fit in? And so I appreciated that. He just wasn't looking for a quick fix and, my company says I need to join a nonprofit board and here I am. Mm-hmm. I mean, he was very sincere and passionate about wanting to help our organization. So that was really cool. And through all those meetings, he said, "You know what? I'm in. I want to do this." And so that's how it happened.
Okay. And how'd you get involved with the organization? I mean, you have a storied past a little bit.
Yeah.
How'd you land here?
I know. That's an interesting question. I was actually coaching college basketball up at UC Santa Barbara, and a dear friend, Greg Nelson, who I coached one of his sons at the University of San Diego. We became friends a long time ago. He grew up in the club, the Boys and Girls Clubs of Carlsbad, and his dad left when he was a young boy, and his mom said, "This is where you're going every day after school," and he said it saved his life. He doesn't know what would have become of him. Mm-hmm. And so obviously the organization's really near and dear to his heart. He became a very successful businessman. He's given, hundreds of thousands of dollars back to the club. And he called me and he said, "Brad, let's get you out of college basketball coaching and we need a new leader at the club." And I'm like, "What? What? You mean leave what I'm doing?" He goes, yeah. You go, "We got to get you back to Carlsbad. You and your wife Leslie, your family's here, and we need a new leader." And I was like, "Okay." So he said, "Come down. We'll meet some board members. I want to show you this new clubhouse we're building in Wener Ranch." And so I did that, and the wheels started turning. It was a way to come back to Carlsbad. It was a way to give back. It was, I was kind of reinventing myself because I'd been a college basketball coach for a long time, mm-hmm. and it's a rat race, and it's stressful.
Oh, yeah.
And so I kind of went all through that and said, "You know what?" and decided to do it. And that was 5.5 years ago, and I haven't looked back, no regrets. I've enjoyed, helping the organization grow and impact and serve more kids than we ever have before.
So when it comes down to playing a little ball, do you get out there and mix it up with the kids?
Well, no, I mean, I still have a basketball camp during the summer,
okay.
and we work with kids and stuff like that. But I'm old and washed up. I mean, I can still shoot a little bit, mess around. But no, but it's been really, really fun for me and my family to sort of be back together. And we've got a couple grandsons now, and for us to all be in close proximity and then helping this organization has been very rewarding.
Right. And talking about helping the organization, obviously these things don't just materialize. You guys are working hard to come up with great events for these, the kids themselves, but also events to kind of build funds and fundraise and make sure that you're having the proper finances in place to be able to provide for these kids. You were talking about something upcoming this weekend a gala over at the Omni La Costa. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's our annual Black Tie Gala, and the first three letters of fundraising is FUN, and we try to have fun. And this is our biggest night of the year, quite frankly. This is where we have the opportunity to raise the most money. We have, between 500 and 600 people come to the Omni La Costa and have a nice dinner, dance. We have a live auction, and obviously we're hoping people will be generous that night. Mm-hmm. One of the things that we do, Clay, is we in terms of our after-school program and summer camps, a lot of families that we serve are disadvantaged to some degree. And even though our fees are low, a lot of families need our help. I mean, our organization last fiscal year provided $347,000 so low-income families could attend our after-school programs and our summer camps. And while we might not raise all that money in this Saturday night for that, but that's what the money goes directly toward, is those scholarships and financial aid for low-income families. So it's a very worthwhile cause, certainly in our mind, and I know now in Stephen's mind that he's part of our organization. So it's a big night for us.
Okay, excellent. Well, obviously we're hoping it's a great turnout. How can people get information, maybe buy some tickets to go to that?
Well, you can go online at www.bgccarlsbad.org, or you could contact our special events person, Pat Maldy, Pat at bgccarlsbad.org, and tickets are still available, and we take it right up to that night. Anybody that wants to come and join us and have fun and help our kids.
Okay, so that's bgccarlsbad.org.
Correct.
As in Boys and Girls Club, carlsbad.org. Okay, outstanding. And you're going to sell tickets until they're gone, I'm guessing.
That's right. That's right.
Do we have a ton left? I mean, how are we doing?
Yeah, we're at about 500 people.
Outstanding.
The grand ballroom at the Omni La Costa can hold about 1,000. So
well, let's fill it up.
We can grow this event, right?
All right. Outstanding. Okay, great. And that is coming up this Saturday at the Omni La Costa. We do have to take a short break here. Thank you so much, Brad, for coming in, talking a little bit of sports, talking more importantly a little bit about what you do with the Boys and Girls Club Carlsbad. Steve, obviously, outstanding work on your part joining the board there. Steve's going to stick around. We're going to talk a little bit of real estate and mortgage lending talk here in the next couple segments. Don't go anywhere. This is Whissel Wednesdays right here on 1170 The Answer.